Hey everyone! We are the Association for Higher Education Access and Disability. We know it's a bit of a mouthful, so please call us ahead. We are an independent, non-profit organisation formed in 1988 by students with disabilities, for students with disabilities, and ever since we've been promoting their inclusion in third level education and supporting their transition into the workplace. So, how do you do that, you might ask? Well, we work with all the key stakeholders to get the job done. Educators, employers, policymakers, and most importantly, students and graduates. Let's imagine Sean, our fictional student with a disability, is coming into 6th year in secondary school and is assessing his future options. We give Sean all the information he needs on the disability related bits of the CAO, the different access routes into third level, and how to get the supports when he arrives in college through our info-packed website, our telephone helpline, and our annual college fair for students with disabilities. We also ensure Sean is being given appropriate advice in school by sending guidance counsellors info booklets with all they need to know. Now, let's fast forward a little. Sean took our advice and now he finds himself in university. Well done, mate, we're proud of you. He's registered with the disability office there and is working his way through the course. Sean doesn't know it, but in the background we're working closely with third level colleges, many of whom are members of ours. We're distributing best practice guidelines through our website, undertaking online and offline training with their staff on how to support students, and hosting international conferences on inclusive teaching and learning practices for their academics, all of which, unbeknownst to Sean, results in a smoother college experience for him. And, if he does experience problems, we're still waiting for his call at the end of our helpline, and ready to give him the information he needs to advocate for himself in tricky situations. Let's move ahead another few years. Sean is now completing his course and preparing himself for the world of work. He's worried about adapting to this new environment and whether his disability will impact on him negatively in his job search. Firstly, he comes to one of our Get Ahead project's interview preparation workshops to sharpen his presentation skills. Then, we invite him to Get Ahead's annual careers fair for graduates with disabilities, where he meets lots of employers, has his CV reviewed by a HR professional, and undertakes a mock interview, as well as getting information on how to approach disclosing his disability to an employer. Again, we're beavering away in the background too. Through our WAM programme, we are building a national network of large Irish-based companies who are committed to diversity in their workplace, and to making their recruitment and selection practices fully inclusive. The WAM programme is helping these employers to build a body of knowledge around disability through the provision of training, resource material, and practical seminars to ensure that they are equipped to attract and support employees with a disability. Some of these companies offer what are called WAM placements, and this is where Sean comes back in. He's taken part in our workshops and been to our graduates fair and feels he's ready for interviews, but he's still a little anxious about joining the world of work. So, he signs up to our graduate database and applies for one of our 6-month fully paid WAM placements. He competes with other graduates with disabilities on the database for the work placement, and is successful because he has qualifications and performs well at interview. After we've undertaken a needs assessment with Sean, our WAM team organises with his employer to put supports in place so that he can perform his new role to the best of his ability. He's also assigned a mentor in the workplace, a volunteer from the company who helps him settle in and answers all those little questions we have when we start a new job, like, how does the photocopier work? Or how do I ask for a day off? 6 months later, he's gained new skills and experience and is ready to start building his career with confidence. During that time, his employers have learned that given the right environment, graduates with disabilities can contribute massively to the growth of their organisations, and they've learned to focus on a candidate's talents and skills rather than their disability. So, now you get a flavour of what we're about. Although, to be honest, that's just the tip of the iceberg. We haven't even begun to tell you about how we lobby government policymakers and senior college management for change, or how we coordinate the Link network to promote a European understanding of inclusive education. But that's for another day. To find out more, why not visit www.ahead.ie, where you can find a wealth of information and resources.